looking at college football, and I watched that Michigan State and that Nebraska game, to me now, Ohio State is probably the best team in the Big Ten. They're playing very, very well.
Bonnie Bernstein welcoming you into Campus Insiders, where we are pulling in our insiders to further explore that statement you just heard from our guy Chap about the top dog in the Big Ten. Helping us out today, Ohio State's 2008 team MVP, Beanie Wells, and one of our MVPs, Michigan State insider Joe Rexrode. Gentlemen, we got the Spartans, who've dominated since the Week 2 loss at Oregon. The Buckeyes, who've dominated since their Week 2 home loss to Virginia Tech. They go head-to-head November 8th. Is OSU the team to beat? State your case. Beanie, you got the floor.
Absolutely. Our offense is, hitting on all cylinders right now. We're watching a maturation process of JT Barrett right before our eyes. When we played that game early on versus Virginia Tech, he was a young guy. There were a lot of questions about the offense and about the whole team, to be quite honest. I think we've answered those questions up until this point. And, we're going out allowing JT to have full control of the offense. And he's just getting so much better distributing the football to our wide receivers. And the big thing that I see, week in, week out, there always seems to be a big playmaker for Ohio State stepping up, a new guy coming in and, making his name and his presence be known.
Beanie, I would totally agree with you if you had any eligibility left. And by the way, I've never been more physically overmatched in an argument. I'm just glad we're not in the same room here. But I've got to disagree with you. I think Michigan State is still the class of the Big Ten. And I agree that JT Barrett is making huge strides. I thought he looked great against Maryland. But I think Michigan State will gladly take JT Barrett and no Carlos Hyde over what they saw in Indianapolis last year. A game, by the way, Michigan State won 34-24.
They won that game 34-24, but if you go back to last year, that was a coaching error. It came down to one play in that game, and I want to say it was a 4-for-1. Coach Urban Meyer decided to run Braxton Miller to the outside, and when he would have handed the ball to Carlos, I think we have that game won. And this year, we don't have a Carlos Hyde, but we do have an Ezekiel Elliott who's gotten better each week as the game has went on and as the seasons went on. And, he's being that guy that Ohio State can rely on. The one question that I do have is about our defense. And, we've made some strides to get better, but, we're going to have to get better if we want to be Michigan State. I think it's something that we'll do, seeing how many weeks we have left up until that game.
Well, Joe, that's an interesting point. Let me ask you about Lippett, because you feel he's one of the better receivers in the country, somebody who's not getting the props he deserves. How do you think he matches up against Ohio State's defense?
Well, that's the thing. I think Ohio State's defensive line is absolutely the best in the Big Ten. Joey Bosa is a beast. Tony Lippett got behind that defense last year. You look at him now, you're talking about a guy with 7 touchdown passes. Somehow he wasn't one of the 300 guys on the Biletnikoff watch list at the beginning of the season. He has been added now. He's an elite playmaker, does not get the recognition he deserves. And really, Michigan State's passing game has actually carried that offense through most of this season.
Beanie, how do you think the Ohio State D will match up against Lippett specifically?
It's going to be tough. We go out and run that press man defense, in which I don't think we're very good at the moment. But if we continue to get pressure on the quarterback, in which we're going to have to do, I think we'll do a fantastic job. We may have to roll a corner over a little bit and, a safety over top. Because he is a playmaker. He is that guy that can kind of, stretch the field a bit. But as far as us, I think we have to go out and control what we control and do our job. We had too many instances throughout the season where guys were trying to, instantly make a big play and make their name be known and their presence be known on the football field. We just have to take a step back, calm down, rush the passer, and do our job, and I think we'll do just that.
What do the coaches always say? Do your job. Very compelling debate. Beanie Wells, Joe Rexrode, thanks so much for the insight. Who is the team to beat in the Big Ten? The score will be settled November 8th, the night game in East Lansing, Michigan State and Ohio State. Be sure to check out the brass tag and urban spin on what's going on in the sports world. Jordan Cornette, Doug Chapman breaking it down only on Campus Insiders.